Welcome back to Rich Hatch Homes. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Rich Hatch.
And we... Did you look over there?
No, well...
And then he turns his head.
Yeah, I did.
Welcome back to Rich Hatch Homes. I'm Tommy Schorer.
And I'm Rich Hatch.
And we thought we would take this opportunity to let you get to know who we are a little bit. We make some of these other videos talking about real estate or some other fun things. But today, we just wanted you to get a chance to know who we are as people and what we've got going on in our lives. So, Rich, you're going to start us off and tell us about where you came from and where you've been.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, I grew up here in Iowa City and went to elementary, junior high, high school, all that good stuff. Graduated from West High. And then went on to the University of Iowa, graduated there. We actually moved to Pocatello, Idaho. And then from Pocatello went to Colorado, where my wife had an opportunity to work anywhere in the country she wanted to work. And we decided at that time we wanted to move back to Iowa City to raise our family because I had such a great experience growing up here. I thought, what a better place than Iowa City.
Yeah, I grew up in the Des Moines area, Urbandale to be specific, and came over to the Iowa City area when I graduated high school. Went to college at the University of Iowa. Did the 5-year plan, as some people do. I took my time. But then I went and got my master's degree at Florida State University and ended up living in Tallahassee for 4 years. But the entire time I was down there, I wanted to get back to the Iowa City area and to the University of Iowa and things like that. So I came back here in 2010, so been back in the area for 14 years. My wife and I live in Solon now, so not in the heart of Iowa City, but yeah, still in the area.
Oh, absolutely. Solon's a great area. Now, did I hear you right? Your first career was not real estate.
Did not start off on the path to be a realtor. As I mentioned, went to undergrad at University of Iowa, went to Florida State University for grad school and got my master's in sport administration. And for the next number of years, I worked in campus recreation, both at Florida State and the Recreational Services Department here at the University of Iowa. Oversaw a lot of different sport programs, different facilities for those different departments. I refereed high school and college basketball for 20 years. So everything that comes with conflict management and dealing with people and things like that, I was right in the thick of it. So had a lot of different experiences, but wanted a new challenge and was looking for something different and just an opportunity to help people through different things in their lives. And so that's one of the big reasons I got into real estate and becoming a realtor.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a natural transition for you, being that, you had to deal with conflict, you had to deal with some stressful situations, probably as both a referee and also just dealing with sports in general, right? Mm-hmm. It gets pretty intense. Real estate can be the same, and it can get intense. You can try to probably officiate, right? You're in the middle of it and trying to figure out what's the right thing to do and how to best represent your client to make sure things go smoothly for them.
So since you graduated from the University of Iowa, have you been a realtor the entire time?
Yeah, that's a great question because I have not. In fact, I graduated Iowa with an elementary education degree. I worked for a couple years here in the area at a junior high, and then I worked in Idaho as a 3rd grade teacher for a few years. And in Colorado, I also did some teaching. So that was my original career. And then I learned about real estate later on. And I thought this sounds like something I could enjoy, be successful at, and really a great way to use the education that I had in teaching and use that to help guide my clients.
Outside of your career, what's your family life like? What do you have for family that keeps you busy?
Well, we have 4 children, or 4 kids. I guess 2 of them are adults now. One just got married, and she goes to the University of Iowa. Her husband goes to the University of Iowa. Then I have another daughter who just graduated high school, and she's going to Moody Bible Institute there in Chicago. And then I have a 13-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter. So the 4 of them keep us pretty busy. My wife, she stays at home and she homeschools our kids. it's been a great success so far, with our two oldest. So it's been good, and she puts a lot of time and effort into that. So yeah, pretty exciting. My wife's name is Carrie, and I understand you're married to a Carrie as well.
Yeah, they're spelled a little bit different, but both Carries. So we have to be clear which Carrie we're talking about when we're in the office. But yeah, wife Carrie, we've been married for 11 years. Like I said, we live in Solon, and we've got two awesome kids. Alexi, who's just turned 8 years old last month, and Kyler, who will be 6 in September. So the kids would get mad at me if I didn't also mention that we have a bunny at home named Charlotte and two gerbils named Peanut Butter and Jelly. So that's what comprises the Shore household.
I also have a dog, and we have 3 cats, so we got a full house. And another interesting factor is my parents actually live with us too.
Oh, cool.
They were at a point where they were ready to move from their house and go into possibly a retirement home, and we discussed that and asked them if, would it be great if we all lived together? They said that's actually what they would prefer to do. And so they've been living with us now for a couple years, and it's going great. So it's yes, definitely a full house.
Yeah. Rich, what do you like to do with the family? What do you like to do without the family? What keeps you busy when you're not helping people in the real estate world?
Yeah, I love hanging out with the kids and also with my parents. We do a lot of board games. We're on as a Blockus right now. We've been playing that a lot. Play a lot of Settlers, Catan, chess, and various games. We also do. We also like to swim a lot together, or play basketball and various activities. So. Right now, my kids have been helping Carrie do a lot of work on the exterior of our house. So there was a lot of work to be done at our house, and we've been, we live on a little bit of an acreage, acre and a half or so. And so there's just projects going on all the time, moving rocks and moving dirt and trees and things like that. So it's good for them.
Yeah, some of the similar things for us, the kids love going to the pool, and that time in the summer, like I mentioned, we're searching for herkies, just fun things that we can do as a family to hang out and spend good time together. Personally, I enjoy playing golf. I get out there as much as I can.
Speaking of golf, I've been telling everyone what you told me the other day, which is Tommy hit 1 under par for your 18 holes, right?
Yeah, I had a good round the other day and shot 1 under par.
That's incredible. So yeah, very, very well accomplished golf player here.
Well, hopefully other people that you're telling don't expect me to do that when they see me. But yeah, I enjoy getting out on the golf course when I can. Do a lot of work with Iowa Hawkeyes athletics, at the basketball scorers table, shot clock for men's basketball, and instant replay for women's basketball. So yeah, those are some of the things that I enjoy.
Now, Tommy, you've gotten into real estate here fairly recently, but you do have experience because you've obviously bought and sold, and you went through a new construction project. What are some of the things that you've gone through that you feel like, hey, these are some things that I can bring to a client?
Yeah, so we've been through kind of 3 different real estate processes. We bought a 0 lot as our first house when we were first married. And that was one of the more simple ones. Our next house we bought, the foundation had been poured, and so the specs were all, and the design were all laid out, but we got to pick all the finishes and have some say in how the house kind of came to shape. And then the one that we're in now, we built from the ground up, purchased the lot, designed the house, picked all the finishes, and worked through that whole process. So having those 3 different experiences are super helpful, just to be able to help people through similar processes. We've been through it. We know what it's like on the side of the client, the side of the buyer, and we can help people through that, help answer their questions. But ultimately, the value that I have is just helping people reach their goals in important transactions and decisions and moments in their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And being that, all those transactions are fairly fresh, because That all happened within a matter of what?
In the last 11 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
So you have those experiences, I think, with your reffing and your officiating, your working the score table and dealing with, you know, the conflict that arises between the coaches and maybe the officiating team as well has been just fantastic. For myself, you know, one of the things that I feel I really enjoy about real estate is that it's opened the doors to just different areas. I learned about rental properties, and now I own quite a few rental properties, and I've learned how to be an investor and what it takes to not only be an investor, but also how to manage those properties, because I manage them as well. I've also learned about building. We built a house, a custom house, very similar to what you've done. I've helped people do that, you. And then we've also built some spec homes. I've been in different projects where we've done that. And I've also been involved in some developments. So it's kind of neat to just see all these different doors that have opened up in kind of these, you know, these different businesses that are real estate related. And I really enjoy that aspect as well. So whether it's residential, commercial, developments, land, whatever it might be, I've enjoyed kind of the whole picture. Another thing too is I recently, about 3 or 4 years ago, became an owner at Lepic-Kroeger Realtors. And that's been also kind of another area of business of learning now to manage different realtors. And so that, yeah, it's been kind of a neat experience.
So that's a little bit about us and who we are as individuals.
In our next video, we'll be on what it looks like to work with us.
Thanks for watching Rich Hatch Homes, and don't forget to subscribe.